Hurricanes get set, and they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up. Nowhere to go here. He lost the ball. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Complete to go over the middle. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Someone's sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Another Hurricanes first down.
A first down throw for Daniel. That's caught by Jackson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
On 3rd down, it's Woods, and he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
First and
5 yards on the play there, and the drive will continue. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Daniel. They'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
2nd and a yard at the 8-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Daniel, the quick slant caught. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Nothing.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive.
touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Daniel. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Miami field goal. A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. Some disappointment.
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. What did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29. The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right? And his first carry, he loses the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know.
He lost the football. It's loose. And this is going to go the other way. The defense has it. And partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a big play.
Big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. So he wanted to pass it, but that thing turned out much better.
And the crowd really responded, didn't they? They always like it better when the quarterback is scrambling around, actually takes off and runs downfield, and that's exactly what he did.
Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And he's going to keep it here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hand. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And a little floater there is incomplete.
The fake extra point.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team.
Recovered by the receiver.
A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. On first down, it's Woods. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. On 2nd and 15 now. Daniel got an open man. It's Washington. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And going on 3rd down, Daniel. And that is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A 50-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. But hold everything. Did they rough the kicker here? Looked like they might have. Let's see. Well, they're lucky. If that was roughing, it would have been a first down. Instead, still fourth.
But now it brings up a decision, doesn't it? Now you're in a position where maybe it changes what you do.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one is right through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll... to cash in for 6 next trip. About set for their next drive. The Texas offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. A great play there. Yards. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it.
The onside kick recovered by the hands.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that
under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Daniel going to throw. Right side catch, Gilmore. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On third down, Daniel. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down seconds left in the quarter. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This is first and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the defense will get their hands on it. Go the other way.
Yes, sack. A fumble on the play. Recovered by the Longhorns.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. It's certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here, as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 41-yard line. Shotgun snap for Daniel. Jackson's got it over the middle. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
2-yard line.
Out of the gun, Daniel. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain, or make people miss.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Hurricanes. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit.
He lost the football, and this is picked up by the defense. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you are closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of...
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one this one won't work out. Hands team able to secure the football. And he will take this in for a Miami touchdown. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own.
About set for their next drive. The Texas offense at the line. They start the drive with Martin. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
11 yards there, 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
So that'll back him up 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
And he's going to use his legs here.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Now 2nd down. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
7-yard line.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
Incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
It's up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Rice. He's going to take off with it. Full yard shy of the 5. Able to find a lot of empty space there. Picking up the 1st down and a 21-yard gain. Operating from the gun. Rice. That is caught for a Longhorns touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. The Longhorns deciding that they're going to go for 2. They'll try and run it with Martin. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
The score, Longhorns 42, Hurricanes 23.
So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off.
Taking it to 15, a short.
Now a hit and a loose football. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's going the other way. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turn it over.
Ball security eluded him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Opted to run for it to the decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. He's going to take off with it. Down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Here are the Longhorns now on 1st and goal. From the gun, Rice. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
Taken in the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Their own 25-yard
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. It's a fumble. And as a defense, haven't they do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that.
brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Martin. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
The score, Longhorns 40.
Operating from the gun, Rice. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback.
And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And oh my goodness, this is well, and no good. Here, they're going to go for the onside kick up big. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. You have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the gun, here's Daniel. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Hurricanes, 1st down.
Now Daniel on 1st down. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
At the 3-yard line.
Once again, Daniel looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Daniel on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Benny Jackson there to make the grab. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will cut this lead down to 25. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Martin, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world to the challenge.
All the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. So that one just a little touch pass, but it paid off quite handsomely.
Yeah, and let's face it, the quarterback loves it because it pads his stats as a completed pass for nice yardage downfield. I like the way they get the receiver in motion. It's almost like he's running a route.
And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
I'm not sure what other ground there is to cover here. I mean, this offense has been amazing. Just total domination, Charles.
They've clicked so well, and if you really focus in on the offensive line, they've protected well when they wanted to throw the ball. They've moved people off the line.
And all he takes off with, it's a fake. Breaks a tackle, and he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Oh, this is a touch cruel here. They've got the big lead. Now they're going for the jugular with the onside kick. And they got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Launching one for Henderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. There, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And Charles, look, I mean, coming into this one, you and I, we didn't know what to expect. This could have certainly... But this young man and got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield and points are going on the board.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
10 at the 41-yard line. On
the carry, this is Pierce. And he is out of bounds but not before he's inside the 30. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
This old adage, partner, don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice game.
That's going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurate.
And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. It's their quarterback. Scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And this offense is running away with this one.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left. And their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense, ready to get the drive started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the gun, Daniel. And this will be scooped up by the defense.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. This one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Being chased out left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. Buster Holiday, 78 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
What a game that he has had throwing the football.
And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Daniel. Steps away to his left. And now a fumble. The ball's out.
Daniel on the keeper.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, Had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
That catch good for only a couple.
Daniel's pass complete to Stephen Henderson. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Second down and 8.
Today's final.
So on the strength of 4 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Texas Longhorns are moving on to play for a national title.
You all right?
I'll be fine.
We crown a champion tonight here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara for the College Football Playoff National Championship game, as we'll see the Oklahoma Sooners taking on the Texas Longhorns. The pressure perhaps getting to this young Longhorn quarterback. They trail at the break. Back now in this national championship game and what has been a tough defensive battle. And as we get ready for the second half kickoff, worth noting that Tommy Matthews does not appear to have exited the locker room with his team. And we'll keep you updated as we receive the Oklahoma offense ready for their next drive.
And you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket.
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. Young on third down. Drops it underneath to Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good.
17 yards there on third down as they pick up a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They run with Thomas. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Oklahoma, such a proud football tradition, seeking their 8th national title. They were winners 3 times way back in the 50s, back-to-back champs in the 70s, and then added titles in 85 and in the year 2000, but they haven't won it since.
Now an update, by the way, on Tommy Matthews still in the locker room. We're not hearing much in the way of details, but we are being told that his return to this ball game is doubtful. Lucky for Coach O'Brien, his team's got a pretty good alternative.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. On the ground, it's Thomas. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Here's 1st and 10 for the Sooners. Young working out of the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for number 47.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down, it's Thomas.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. The 30. 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. After the departure of Tommy Matthews at the half, the offense able to regroup and put the football in the end zone.
Yeah, and that's something they couldn't accomplish in the first 2 quarters of this game. So finally, finding their way downfield. I think Coach Red O'Brien, he hadn't shown a preference for either quarterback. But this kid who's out there right now, one thing we know about him, he's a fighter.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was just going to say that, Charles. He's a fighter, and he does have plenty of upside. We know that he can lead. You and I sitting with him this week, didn't you just see a guy who could step into any locker room and control the presence of his teammates?
Well, I just remember when we left that room, you said 2 things to me. I think this kid's going to be poised under pressure. And to me, he's a natural leader, and I concur with both of those statements.
The Sooner offense back out, ready for their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Thomas. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Ball carrier.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Well, they brought the lead into this 3rd quarter, and now they're really stepping up, setting a tone here defensively.
They came right out roaring because you had to know that in the locker room, they talked about setting that tone that you just described, continuing the dominance that they exhibit.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. So an opening drive interception to begin this 2nd half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the 2nd half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, Rice. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. Here are the Longhorns now on 1st and goal. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. From the gun, Rice escaping the pressure right. This is caught. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. Well, since he's coming to the game at quarterback, 2 trips into the end zone, and this offense starting to look remarkably relaxed.
I love that description because it's evident to me, and it's evident to everyone watching, and now everyone's getting the memo. He's not a backup. He's played just as much as Matthews has this season.
Yeah, that's the thing, Charles. There's the old adage of if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Well, I think they're taking that script and throwing it right out the window because they're saying we've got 2 quarterbacks, and we like them both.
I love the way you just said that. Not in this case does the old adage hold up. I think we've got a new one. They feel like they've got 2 good quarterbacks, and the offense should respond no matter who's on the field.
Exactly. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated.
There he goes, right side. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. A big play there. 47 yards. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. Remember, Charles, with Tommy Matthews under center, they weren't able to get the ball into the end zone. They had a single field goal, but he exits the game at half. And this offense since then, they've been on fire. That's the third touchdown in this second half.
Yeah, I'm sorry I jumped in there on you there, partner, but you're exactly right. I was thinking the same thing you were. On fire. Third touchdown in the second half. He's taking his offense and squarely put it on his back, and he is actually carrying them, and what they believe, to the national championship podium.
Well, time will tell if they will be on that podium and hoisting that trophy. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So that one will be accepted.
Automatic first down.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. This is Thomas. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got more. Momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack on first down, Young. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Going deep here for Bryant. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5.
Young's pass. Intercepted.
This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Following the penalty, Martin. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. That's caught at the 25. And he will take this in for a Longhorn touchdown. Jeremiah Young, 71 yards. And the Longhorns add on to that lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
So now after the touchdown, the Longhorns get ready to kick it off. And this carries into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard
out is the Oklahoma offense ready for their next drive. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Young. That's into the hands of Edwards.
Complete.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at the 49-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Fires the mic. Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that ball. Get that ball.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll throw again. Young. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is going to... Incomplete. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Pierce. Curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's good. A gain of 32 that time. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. To the air once more, Young. And that is caught. Touchdown, Oklahoma. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The Sooners are going to line up and go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there.
That keeps the score. Longhorns 31. Sooners.
Now following the touchdown, the Sooners get ready to kick this off. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
The Longhorns take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Tonight's final
They changed quarterbacks at half and did not miss a beat. Here they are, your national champions. And celebration time on that sideline. It took a change at quarterback. His thoughts will turn to the condition of Tommy Matthews. But for now, jubilation as they are the national champions.
Well, Tommy's injury certainly was a setback. But the bond that these two kids have is really strong. And although only one of the Heartbreak Kids was out there the second half, Tommy's spirit was with him, and I believe.
You hear from Mr. Matthews?
The hoodie gave it away.
He's stable. But we're only allowing family to go back right now.
That's great, because he's my brother.
I'm proud of what he's accomplished this season.
I think there's only one individual on everybody's mind tonight. This one's for my brother, Tommy Matthews.
You think that's something? You should see it in person.
Oh, man. That's so cool. Thanks so much for coming and bringing this.
You kidding me? I wouldn't miss this for anything. Coach and the guys sent their best. They waited as long as they could, but no one knew when you might wake up, so they had to catch their flights back. I told Coach I wasn't about to split up the Heartbreak Kids, so I stayed behind. Made sure you're all right.
Thanks, man. I'm just glad you're here.
But hey, they did leave you the trophy. Wanted to make sure you had it when you woke up. How you feeling, buddy?
Like a sack of crap.
That's funny, because that's exactly what I was going to say you look like.
Hey, man. Promise me one thing.
Anything.
That you'll come back next year and make it win the championship. Together.
Next year? You know I will, brother. Together. Is that him? He's an hour early. Coach?
Don't look too disappointed.
No. I was just expecting Tommy. Come in. Care for a cupcake?
No, thanks.
So, you here for the party?
No, give me a minute. Okay, Coach. Actually, I'm here to talk to you about next season.
Yeah, sure. Talk away.
It was something you said at the start of the season earlier. It really stuck with me. It's...
Something good, I hope?
Well, it was something you said about treat your men like your beloved sons, and they'll follow you into the deepest valley. And that really got me. It got me thinking about the way I treat you boys, and I wasn't being fair to you, and Tommy for that matter, or the team.
Wow, Coach, I really appreciate that.
All that being said, I wanted to go into the off-season with everyone on the same page. I figured the best way that we could do that would be to announce a starter. Tommy's gonna be our starter.
But how could you possibly make that decision after the title game? Is Tommy even gonna be able to play?
Yeah, I spoke with his doctor. Valve replacement surgery was great. He's gonna be right as rain.
I just don't understand.
I know this is hard for you. It's hard for you to process, and I hope you believe me when I say that I take no joy in making this decision. But I stand firmly behind it because, frankly, Tommy's a better fit for the offense.
Well, what does this mean for me?
Well, it that you are at a monumental crossroads in your life, and you've got two choices. You can enter the draft. Based on what you did last year, I'd say you'd be lucky to get picked in the 3rd round. But realistically, you're looking at a late-round selection, if at all.
Jeez. Don't sugarcoat it for me.
Well, I'm trying to be open and honest with you from this moment forward. I'm giving it to you as I would my own beloved son.
My other choice?
Well, the way I see it, you got too much raw athleticism to waste sitting on the bench. Talent is a true gift. And it's one that I'm going to give you the opportunity to show it to the world.
And how's that?
You get to pick a new position on offense and get your Heartbreak Kids thing going back again.
Heartbreak Kids. Well, Tommy's already tried recruiting me to come back so we can win the title together.
Does that mean you're in?
Plus, he did switch positions once, and you see how well that worked out for him. I guess I could try it too.
The Heartbreak Kids are back, baby.
Was he eavesdropping?
Yeah, always.
I'm not sure what's more strange, that interaction or the general cleanliness of this apartment.
Cupcake?
It wasn't an easy decision at the time, but I don't regret it for a second. Of course, everyone's first thought was, where am I gonna play? Felt good, telling everyone I was sticking around and Tommy and I were gonna play together. The next question was, did it actually work out?
Pretty drastic turn of events for Coach O'Brien's program. I mean, the defensive pantry has been pretty much left dry with most of that elite unit having bolted for the NFL. But today, Coach O'Brien revealed a new strategy, and I think it's kind of brilliant. Get both Heartbreak Kids on the field at the same time. I mean, it's really a brilliant move. Here's the deal. You got to get all of your talented players on the field at once, certainly if they're going to rely on the offense for a change to be the strength of this team if they're planning on making another run at it.
Dan, show me what you got. Let's go.
Ready, break. Hot, hot. Ready, let go. Here we go, set, put. There we go. Ready, set. Okay, ready, cut. Hold it ready. And out. Let's go. Go. Here we go. Ready. Take your time, focus. Ready, go. Ready. Hot, hot. Oh, ho, ho. Ready. Cowboy 80. Let's go. There we go. Hey, Cougar 19. Hut. Down. Hot. Ready. Hut.
All right, not bad. We may have something here.
Gotta say, I was surprised with the way you guys played that season, and especially considering you switched positions. Plus, Coach O'Brien really came into his own, leading you guys to the verge of the playoff.
Well, no doubt the best college game this Saturday is here in Miami Gardens, Florida. The place, Hard Rock Stadium, as two of the top 5 teams in the nation will face off. It's the Texas Longhorns taking on the Miami Hurricanes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Slater on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, CD, just taking a step back for a moment, looking at this matchup. This is one you and I and really the entire nation has had circled on the calendar.
Yes.
When you get an early season matchup like this with two of the best teams, a packed house, it's really going to be something.
I agree with that totally. I circled mine.
That is caught for a Longhorns touchdown.
The Heartbreak Kid connection, one finding the other, and they really make it look easy out there.
Oh, it's a special chemistry that they have, isn't it? And look, we go all the way back to their time in high school. Position.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he is not going to make it. Stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.